that is probably one of the most beautiful music ever written. If you hear this third movement, you cannot possibly think that this is about nothing. It's absolutely about love. It's perhaps about unresponded love, impossible love. This is the third symphony of Brahms. I hate to say my favorite because I love them all, but definitely a very special one to me. And I welcome you to see the process of rehearsals with the Munich Symphony. I hope you enjoy. This desperation, ta-yum, tam, ta-ta-dum. And then immediately later, he's in a bam, 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 ba-dum, dum, dum. He's singing some beautiful horizontal, sort of like this horizon type of line. And then immediately he's into another thing. So within the first minute of the symphony, you have 4 or 5 different sketches, moods, landscapes.
Diese Unentschiedenheit zwischen Dur und Moll ist, finde ich, der Hauptzug. Und der letzte Satz ist ja auch in F-Moll und erst ganz am Ende setzt sich F-Dur durch, aber nicht heroisch. Also es ist kein Kampf, sondern plötzlich ist man F-Dur und merkt es kaum. Und hier hat man eben F-Dur, F-Moll, Des-Dur, also er kann sich nicht entscheiden und das steckt eben hier schon drin. F-Ass, Ass als Mollterz ist in der ganzen F-Dur-Sinfonie präsent.
Yeah, I think that's what I love the most about the symphony. That I see a Brahms that didn't know what he wanted. And that's nice. Now. When I started studying the score, I felt, wow, he started with these big chords. He uses a very simple theme, F, A flat, F, which is not even a theme, it's not even a tune, but it had a secret meaning for him.
Das Thema ist Fa, As, Fa. Frei, aber froh.
Because it was a joke he had with his very good friend and violinist, Joachim.
Joachim hat gesagt, froh, aber einsam. Und Brahms hat geschrieben, nein, 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 froh, aber frei.
Which means happy, but free. I think for Brahms, freedom was very important. That's actually very clear. He never married, he never really committed. He was always fighting for being alone. He hated to be interrupted. And that's all.
All Brahms, for me, it's like love. joy, and it's this round, warm sound, and lots of chamber music. I would say there is not too much for oboe, like these big solos and stuff. You have to kind of lead, like take everybody with you and then leave them to play their stuff.
Would you say that that Brahms is, for you, romantic or classic?
It is, I would say it is romantic. A lot of classical elements, of course, but generally it's romantic. It's just love. Also, when there's these moments, everybody's like intense, and moment is, for me, it's still like very warm and very like lovable.
Yes.
To say.
Very, very, very lovable. Yes, absolutely, and very intimate. And I think he was the first romantic, and at the same time the last classicist. And because his shapes and his forms are still very delicate and clean and clear, even with all the rhythms. But his feelings are romantic, and his ideas are romantic.
The sforzato in the bass and cello muss super, super cool sein. Because many conductors do pam, 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 but it's not necessary. If we cut pam, pam, pa.
Brahms is a very tough composer for cellists. I read that he played the cello himself when he was a young boy, but honestly, I think he comes more from the piano. So the cello part is filled with accidentals. It's filled with like position changing all the time. So to play Brahms Symphony on the cello is physically and emotionally very, very challenging.
Exhausting.
Exhausting.
Yeah, he
yes.
composed everything. For those of you who don't know, he was an amazing pianist. Actually, the stories say that one time Clara Schumann was walking through the street and heard Brahms was playing the piano and said, "Who's playing four hands over there?" And she was a pianist, and it wasn't four hands; it was only two hands of Brahms because he could play everything. And then he would transcribe it to the orchestra. And that's where it gets really tricky. No?
Sometimes it would be great to have four hands for the cello as well, playing Brahms.
Right.
I think this symphony is very emotional. It has very strong emotions, very strong colors all the time. And for me personally, Brahms is a seeker. He's full of doubt. And you have all these strong emotions all the time. But for me, they never really solve up. So it's always a feeling of from one melody, one emotion, you step into the next and the next. And in the end, you feel very exhausted.
Yes, but
That's
isn't
my
life
feeling.
like that?
Absolutely. And I think every artist or every musician knows about this feeling of doubt and of seeking for something for the whole lifetime. So I personally can really feel that, and that's another reason why I love Brahms so much.
Sehr düster, sotto voce.
Yes,
und,
sotto voce.
Man ahnt nichts Gutes, als würde die Geschichte nicht gut ausgehen. alles in Moll, wieder so ein Choralabschnitt, bevor dann dieser Ausbruch kommt, der aber ist wieder dieselben Töne,
Yeah.
aber jetzt
He
explodiert.
just
irgendwie.
explodes. Yes, it's the most incredible explosion, that one. Of all, I think of all Brahms symphonies, that moment is the
Yeah.
biggest outburst of all his symphonies. One of the most daring things about the symphony, contrary to the other three, is that it ends quiet. He didn't need a big bombastic ending. He didn't need a big applause. He didn't need to be recognized. He just wanted to say what he had to say, and he ends quietly, reflecting. It's so nice to hear nature, because that's where he wanted to be.